Welcome back to our series on peninsular river systems. In the previous video, we explored the classification of peninsular rivers into east flowing and west flowing river systems. Today, we begin our detailed exploration with the Godavari River system, the longest river of the peninsular India and the largest among the east flowing rivers. The Godavari River, often called the Dakshinanda or Ganga of the South, is the longest river in peninsular India and one of the most important east flowing rivers in the country. The Godavari basin covers an area of approximately 3,12,000 square kilometers, making it one of the largest river basins in India. It is sustained by numerous tributaries such as the Pravara, Indravati, Sabari, Manjira, and Vardha rivers, which together support a rich network of agriculture, industry, and settlements. The river plays a crucial role in providing water for irrigation, drinking water supply, hydroelectric power generation, and inland navigation across several states. The river's delta region is particularly fertile and forms an agriculture hub where crops such as rice, sugarcane, and pulses are cultivated extensively. The Godavari also holds immense cultural and religious significance, with numerous temples, pilgrimage sites, and festivals centered along its banks. Godavari River. The Godavari originates from the Trimbak Plateau near Nashik in Maharashtra at an elevation of about 1067 meters. It flows through Maharashtra, Telangana, Chhattisgarh, Andhra Pradesh, and Odisha before draining into the Bay of Bengal near Rajamundry in Andhra Pradesh. Covering a total length of approximately 1,465 kilometers, it is the longest river in peninsular India and supports millions through irrigation, drinking water, and cultural significance. Pravara River. The Pravara River starts from the Western Ghats near Akole in Maharashtra at an elevation of about 762 meters. It flows entirely within Maharashtra, passing through Ahmednagar district before joining Godavari near Rahuri. With a length of around 208 kilometers, it plays a significant role in irrigation and agriculture. Indravati River. The Indravati River originates from the Dandakaranya region in Kalahandi district in Odisha at an elevation of roughly 914 meters. It flows through Odisha and Chhattisgarh before meeting the Godavari near Bhadrachalam in Telangana. Spanning about 535 kilometers, it supports agriculture, hydroelectric power, and biodiversity in its basin. Sabari River. The Sabari River begins in the eastern Ghats of Odisha, flowing through Odisha, Chhattisgarh, and Telangana before joining the Godavari near Polavaram in Andhra Pradesh. It covers a distance of approximately 418 kilometers and contributes to irrigation and hydropower projects across its basin. Manjira River. The Manjira River originates from Balaghat range in Maharashtra at an elevation of around 823 meters. It flows through Maharashtra, Karnataka, and Telangana before merging with Godavari near Kaleshwaram in Telangana. Covering a total length of about 724 kilometers, it provides water for drinking, irrigation, and energy projects. Vardha River. The Vardha River rises from the Satpura Hills in Madhya Pradesh at an elevation of approximately 777 meters. It flows through Madhya Pradesh and Maharashtra before joining the Vaimganga River, which later becomes part of Godavari system. Stretching for about 528 kilometers, it supports agriculture and hydropower development in central India. Jayakwadi Dam, Maharashtra, constructed across the Godavari near Paithan. It is primarily used for irrigation and drinking water supply. Polavaram Project, Andhra Pradesh, a multi-purpose dam aimed at irrigation, hydroelectricity, and drinking water, connecting several states. Nizam Sagar Dam, Telangana. Built on the Manjira River, it supports irrigation and drinking water supply. Sri Ram Sagar Project, Telangana, supports irrigation and hydropower generation. The Godavari River is a lifeline for millions of people across peninsular India. Its water is harnessed for extensive irrigation projects that sustain agriculture in some of the driest regions. Hydroelectric power from the river and its tributaries contributes to energy security. Culturally, the Godavari holds a revered place in Indian traditions. Pilgrimage centers such as Nashik, Rajamundry, and other riverfront towns have been long spiritual and cultural hubs. Festivals like Godavari Pushkaralu attract millions, celebrating the river's sacredness and fostering community participation. Environmentally, the Godavari Basin supports diverse ecosystems, from forested highlands to wetland deltas rich in flora and fauna. Conservation efforts are essential to maintain the river's ecological balance while meeting the growing demands of agriculture and industry. The Godavari is not just a river, it is a symbol of life, faith, and prosperity for southern India, making it one of the most vital and celebrated river systems in the country. That brings us to the end of our exploration of the Godavari river system. Thank you for watching. In the next video, we will explore the Krishna River system, the second longest east flowing river of peninsular India, and discover its source, tributaries, dams, and importance. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe to Maps of India. See you in the next video.